That's what
Getting to know you. Getting to know
Sing along this week.
all about you.
That's going to make that person mad.
My cheeks hurt.
Yeah, I know.
I've been laughing so hard.
Greg Pallet. It's a palate cleanser. That's when he takes a shower. He writes,
Like
Dear Casey, did anyone catch the tater tot casserole recipe again?
This blew up on Facebook this week.
Because we talked about it. We talked about it here.
Do you have it
the thread?
so we could pull it up? Because
Yes.
how many people? 25 more.
Well, 29 plus 3, 32 comments.
People were blowing up over the tater tot casserole. And
Kelly-
unfortunately,
oh, man.
there were some people who got it close.
But they didn't get it right.
Nobody got it right.
As a matter of fact, even as recent as tonight, and today we are recording on the 23rd.
3 hours ago.
On the 23rd of June, Kelly Mills-Lertzma, who I've met many times. She's a wonderful listener of not only just the cake and the cookies, but the Micah and the Mara as well.
I thought you weren't supposed to add anything to the
You're
cream
not
of mushroom.
supposed to.
Okay, okay.
So I'm going to once again run down the recipe
Everyone-
for Greg Pallet.
Get out your pencils.
Yes, and
Touch it to your tongue.
and if you have the podcast app and you're listening to us on the podcast app from Apple,
The rewind.
run it on half speed. And if you're listening to us
First, you take the tater tot.
or
Ida
tater tot.
Is the best.
Now, if you're listening to us, which you should be on the Todd Moore Design TMOS app, there is a review feature.
That's what I was talking
That
about.
if you hit rewind once, it'll take you back 30 seconds. Okay. Get yourself roughly 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of ground beef. The leanness
Merle
doesn't
seems
really
to
matter.
be on top of things here.
You know what? It's funny. Merle was actually on the Omeracast and was talking about variations she's made on the casserole years previous. So she knows what she's doing.
She knows what she's doing.
But if you want it to taste like the one that I'm
If
going to
you
be
want
eating
the
leftovers
Robb
tonight.
Spiewak.
Right. This comes from Iowa. This is an Iowa-based recipe from Carrie's stepmother, Dot. You get yourself 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of ground beef. I like to use like an 85-15, but it doesn't matter. Brown it. Get all the fat cooked out of it while it's browning. Okay.
Do you drain it?
Yes. Well, that at the end.
I'm sorry. Please continue. I did not mean to start from the beginning.
Okay.
85-15 ground beef.
About 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds. Okay. While it's browning, peel and chop a decent sized onion and about 4 or 5 ribs of celery. Chop them up.
How fine?
You're gonna cook the hell out of them the way you would
Okay,
for
okay.
like a turkey stuffing, I suppose.
Okay.
I mean, you're not mincing them; you're just chopping them. Put them in there and let the beef fat cook those down as well. Okay, so you're frying all of this together. By the time it gets all the way cooked down, it really benefits if you can slow cook it, get a little color on the meat. Don't just brown it. Give it a little bit of crisp. Don't burn it, but give it a little crisp. Then drain it. Okay. Get yourself a 9x13 glass cake pan or casserole pan. Give it a squirt.
Baking dish.
A baking dish. Oven safe baking
What
dish.
do you call a dish? You bake things.
A dish for baking. It is called a baking dish.
Yes.
I squirt it with some nonstick spray. Pam. And that way it makes cleanup easier. Then you put the meat mixture in there. Okay. Then a couple handfuls of grated cheese. Cheddar is fine. What I've found for best melting texture is called a Mexican blend. It's usually like a 3 or 4 cheese blend. Okay. And as much as you can put in there, I usually a nice layer that covers the whole thing. Then you cover the whole thing. Oh, I got so excited I left out something important. Rewind the podcast app. I forgot to put in the large can, 1 large can.
Oh, the cream of mushroom soup.
Or 2 small cans of Campbell's cream of mushroom condensed soup. Do not add milk. It stays full strength. Okay, even though the directions on the soup
condensed.
leave it condensed. Okay, 1 large can or 2 small ones.
Where do you put that?
In the meat and the meat and pepper, the meat and onion and celery mixture.
After you've drained it, you put
Yes.
after you've drained the meat, onion and
onions.
celery mixture, you mix in 2 small cans
Or
1 large can of Campbell's condensed cream of mushroom soup.
Exactly. Mix it up. Put that in the baking dish with the Pam, and then cover that with cheese. I apologize for messing this up.
This is why people can't get it right on Facebook.
The problem? The problem is Robb. And then you cover that with a layer of tater tots. Now, I've seen some lovely people that have laid them out like so many root beer barrels. Just a beautiful rows and rows of tater tots. I don't screw around with that. I dump the bag on and spread them out.
Spread them even.
Spread them even. Now, the tater tot bag will say bake them at 400 degrees. Don't bake them at 400 degrees.
Why would you even say that then? You're just confusing people.
Because if people look at the bag and try to work backwards, you bake this casserole at 350 for an hour.
Because it's a casserole. It's not tater tots. So you bake it at 350 for 1 hour.
Or a little longer until you get the tots the texture you want them to be. I like them a little crispier.
I like them crispy.
So I usually go for about 70 minutes. Mm-hmm. Take it out, let it set for 10 minutes before you serve it.
Well, it's got to set up.
And it's hot. Mm-hmm. That's some hot tater tot casserole.
That would be lava.
Serve it, and if you want to treat yourself, a dollop of sour cream.
If you want to treat yourself. It's ground beef. It's condensed mushroom soup, it's cheese and tater tots.
Okay, you can diminish it all you want.
But a dollop will do ya.
It's fantastic, okay? And Greg Pallet, there's your recipe. It's fantastic. One of my favorites, okay? And there's the recipe. And I personally think all the hubbub on Facebook has been absolutely worthwhile because it's one of my favorites. And you've never had it.
Nope.
How about this? Mm-hmm. The next time we have a Saturday night taping, I'll whip up a batch.
Oh, so it'll be like Brenner.
Or no, it could be like late.
Wait, tater tot casserole is not a breakfast thing?
No, it's a dinner thing.
It totally seems like a breakfast. You know what I think would be really good on top of it?
What?
A fried egg.
Oh, and you know what?
Did I just blow your mind?
If you cooked it, I think actually Merle discussed making it with a pound of sausage.
Oh, fancy.
But that's for another podcast.